Hello everyone and happy super full moon, that's blue moon. Now, I'm first and foremost going to share with you something because I've been doing this an awful long time, 30 plus years, and everyone's excited because we're having this super blue moon. Well, we're having a super blue moon every other month it seems like, or every few months. Blue moons come exactly what they say, once in a blue moon, meaning several years, a long time, a year that's got 13 months seemingly. But the supermoon is actually something that some astrologer decided to coin as his own way of branding himself, of saying, oh, the full moon is a supermoon. Because especially during harvest, the moon seems to get bigger and bigger. It's coming closer and closer to the earth during harvest because it's getting quieter and the seasons are starting to change. Today, it is coming in. You'll see below the time frame if you're not already prepared. Maybe you're one of those that hurried up and went to Amazon and got a telescope so you could see it. But if you want to go right outside your door or your balcony or wherever you are, you'll be able to see it. Or maybe you're driving down the freeway and it's going to come rising up in front of you, which is beautiful as well. Don't stop and take a picture though, and don't take a camera and take your picture as you're driving along, please. So anyway, what do we do in this kind of a moon? Well, we're in the retrograde right now, and the retrograde is really affecting us in the way that it is stimulating old patterns that are relegated to Saturn. Saturn's about karmic lessons, and Saturn is a part of this full moon. Inevitably, you will experience patterns during this retrograde that will go back 10 years. Well, what if I've done all my work? What if I've done a lot of my work, my inner work? Why are these patterns still showing up? Because when they're connected to something you've been doing most of your life, even if you get the majority of it out, it seems to be some sort of filament that's there. Already, I've experienced something that was a complete, what we call repeater. A situation came up. Was it exactly the same? It was the same enough that I recognized the pattern. The same people were in play. It was very random. And I said to the person, this is a complete repeater. We're all the same people. And this is going to be the result if we continue on with this. We need to change the story. So now a lot of you have heard, if you change the story, you will change your life. We have this thing that's called a comfort zone. And why Saturn steps in on full moons and during retrogrades, it's an opportunity, a trifecta for us to stop doing that. So what do? You just don't play into it. You walk away from it, you recognize it, and you say, I choose not to do that. That's how that works. What animals would be available to you during this full moon? It would be owl medicine. Since it's a harvest moon and it's coming in October as well, these big, huge moons, we have a lot of West energy. West energy is the place on the sacred wheel of where things are dying and birthing all at the same time. So we can let go of that, say goodbye to whatever it is, whatever thing came up in your mind, and then you get to move forward. The second thing that's been happening is that I've had a few people come to me with very strange dreams. They're karmic dreams. In fact, I had one where somebody came into the dream space to talk to me, somebody I haven't talked to in years. Somebody that more than likely in their conscious state would never think to text me, call me, email me, but they did come to me to make amends. You're going to find that happens because this full moon also, as far as karma is, I would like to move on and let go of my past. I would like to let go of what doesn't work. So when that person came, I recognized it for what it was. And I took it as, well, consciously, this person isn't going to really change yet. But at least I know that somewhere inside of them, they have a desire to do something different than what they did before, because they're certainly not doing it now. And from what I know and what I can see, this particular person probably won't do this for several years. There's people that are going to come into your life in this particular moon, the ones that have never moved. So what does that mean? We get to move. Again, we don't have to sit on their trained platform and wait for them to get it. It's an opportunity for us too to say, you know what? I let go of that energy. One thing that you can do if you want to light candles or whatever, I would say we're going into our All Hallows Eve season. We haven't quite hit, September 21st, which is the fall equinox. But if you want to, I would get the orange candles, the ones like that color behind me. If you have them on hand, great. If you want to run to the store, that's great too. But just get the little votive. And on there, I would put let go. And then I would roll it around, and then I would put new beginning. Because again, you have that West medicine of letting go and birthing at the same time. The patterns that we let go of are patterns that have served us for so long and are no longer serving us. We pretty much know, if you're listening to me and other people that do what I do and have been doing it years and years and years, you know that I could let go of this. This would be a good thing for me to do. By lighting the candle, do you put oil on it? Absolutely. If you'd like to put oil, I always encourage that. Get olive oil. Well, what if I just have some in the kitchen? Well, if that's all that you're willing to do, that's fine. Put some in your hand, rub it around, and put it from the wick to the base. The wick to the base, the wick to the base. Okay, just one of those little ones. And then set it on a plate. You don't have to make it too fancy. Light it. Sit with the moonlight and just consider what's going on. You're not going to get out of retrogrades. We're not going to get out of the effects of full moons and things that are going to be right there in front of us to push us along, because they're here to help us. You don't know this, but I'm going to give you a fun fact. Tonight, the tides are going to be lower than they normally are. They're going to pull back earlier than they normally do. Things will be just a little bit different, so we can change the story just a little bit. That's what's important. Ask your deities to be with you, whether it's Bridget, Mother Mary, it can be Kuan Yin, the kind of energy that's a softer West energy. Mother Mary is actually an East energy, but she takes care of all that. She is the over all of the angels. You can ask Michael to help you to release it, Gabriel to help you release it. You can ask them all and they'll help you. So what if you don't know what it is? Everyone knows something that they're doing over and over and over. Even if you pretend you're in denial, you know what it is. And if you don't know, just make it up. Just say, well, whatever it is that I need to let go of the most, then you can do it. Why am I not getting a candle, setting it all up? Because I've been with you guys enough to know that you at least have something on hand. You can use the chime candle if you don't want to get the votive. Most of us have several different colors. If you really want to spruce it up, fine, you can do that too. What about offerings? Well, in this case, there's really not a lot of leaves falling at this point. I would just gather some flowers, something nice, and put it around there. Or you can just have it by itself on the plate. This again is about releasing and birthing at the same time. When a woman goes into labor, she comes to the point of death while her child is birthing. So there's both of those together. That's why the energy is so intense. And then that's the moon. It will be very intense, very soft, but you'll feel it. So allow yourself to just face the moon. If you don't have a candle, go out there for a little bit and just let it wash over you. And that also works. It's nice to get complicated. to make it feel like you're really doing something great, but overall, it's intention. The moon doesn't come out and display itself and put all the stars around it and make sure that, you know, all the colors are going across. It just gently shows up and says, I'm here. I'm here to serve. So that's where I am. I'm here to serve you. Know that I will be doing prayer work for you, for healing, for intentions for you to let go of what no longer serves you, all in the gentlest of ways, in the way, in your way that you walk. Always walk in beauty, because beautiful swans do fly free. We may not feel so beautiful at times, but there is that beauty inside. Receive this, and thank you for coming to my channel. I'll see you soon.